Okay, so in last night's data download, we got the EZA for Int Future Gohan. Now, in my opinion, I do like what this guy is looking like. I think that he seems to be quite a powerful EZA, and hopefully we'll see some of that here. But here are his EZA stats: 11.4k, 20.9k, right, without any actual equipment, right? This on Dokkan entry right here. It's, by the way, I'll have the link in the description below. He's just, I think it's 20. It's okay, so it's 15 additional and 20 crit, huh? Okay, because the 5 dodge. He's full link level 10. Obviously we're gonna have him next to Tag Gohan here, and we have a very strong starting rotation, right? So Tag Ultimate Gohan, he has All in the Family, Saiyan Lineage, Cold Judgment, and Fierce Battle. This ultimate, not ultimate Gohan, this future Gohan, he does actually have damage reduction of 58% when HP 70% or less. Now, I think a lot of people may not know this, but his damage reduction can activate in the middle of the turn. So let's say, you know, his damage reduction is not activated and he takes like 200k in a normal attack or something crazy, right? After that, you would fall under 70% theoretically, and his damage reduction would activate on the next attack. Or let's say if we have this future Gohan in the 3rd slot, and then you have like a Bulma in the 1st slot or something, and Bulma takes like a 200k super from like the new Rose Red Zone, that would make you fall under 70% HP, and then this Gohan at the end of the turn would have his 58% reduction, which is a very good thing. Now, keep in mind, if you heal, like if you enter the turn like this and you heal, you'll also lose it, right? So it's very flexible. Or if your unit heals you in the middle of the turn. Let's say you use Bulma's active skill, you heal to full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and you heal to full. This guy in base form would lose his reduction, though I guess Super Saiyan 4 Goku wouldn't really be that early, but you guys get the point. He gets 50% attack and defense on super attack, and he's supporting Master and Bottom Master Disciple category allies with key 2 and 50% stats as well. So overall, his defense is going to shoot up to quite a considerable amount, 324k. And then furthermore, he gets another 50% attack and defense for the turn on his super attack effect. So essentially, his defense is going to get to a pretty reasonable amount. So what he gets up to... So he's at, again, the 324k range, and he doubles super. Okay, yeah, his defense is absurdly high for having 58% reduction right here. I mean, it's pretty much... Like, he literally had a million defense, right? Like, if am I not crazy? 324k, and then you add 50% on top of that, you would get up to around like 470k. No, like more like 450k, huh? Like 460-ish. But then after that, he double supered, which is a multiplicative 100% buff because of his super attack effect, right? It's the 50% raise, and if you get 2 of that, it's a 100% raise, obviously. So he shoots up to basically 900k range, right? 900k to a million range with the 58% reduction. Like, nothing could actually even hurt him at that point, which is, I mean, that's good, right? You know, he's able to look very, very powerful in that situation. I guess we want these Ultimate Gohans to get some attacks in, so we definitely make sure we'll get that. Vegeta and Trunks doesn't really matter. The Ultimate Gohans should probably start super attacking though, so that they don't instantly die. Because last turn, I don't know if it was them or Mai that got super attacked, but we took quite a bit of damage. So probably better to be safe than sorry with them, and get them some super attacks in so that they could actually start building up. I think that'd be quite important for us, so that again we don't just like instantly die. Well, I would have liked to kill them this turn, but it's fine. Now, one extra thing about this unit is that he does have a high chance to guard if there is a Trunks attacking in the same turn. Now, that's excluding Kid and GT, so obviously that is basically just all future Trunkses. So if you have a future Trunks on the turn, he has a high chance to guard. Now, I don't know, for some reason people have been saying, oh, this unit's bad because he has the high chance to guard. And it's like, okay, high chance to guard by itself is very bad, right? You know, if you're like 23rd World Tournament Goku in turn 3, you're at like 400k defense, and then you have the high chance to guard, then that is kind of bad. But the thing about this Gohan is that he also has 58% reduction that you can get, you know, not uncommonly at all. I think that falling under 70% HP in difficult content is a relatively common thing you can see. Now, it's not going to happen all the time, but you could definitely see that happen. And we could actually get Dismal Future here, which Dismal Future doesn't really give much, right? I think it's just 5% attack. No, it's actually a 5% chance to crit, funny enough. But we don't really need to get that this time. Again, we don't also want to really heal too much. We want to stay... Well, actually, this time we do want to heal, huh? Because we'll talk about it in a bit. But back to the guard chance. It's like, okay, imagine this guy has 58% damage reduction, and then he has a high chance to guard. Like, that's a very powerful ability. Is this debuffing us? Our attack? Not the biggest deal. I don't really care about this guy's attack stat here, but he's sitting at 8 million attack stat, and he's supporting with damage reduction. I mean, overall, I think that's pretty good. I definitely like that for sure. But yeah, even though he has the high chance to guard, imagine that. Imagine he procs the guard with the 58% reduction, and he's at like basically around 700k defenses. And then he gets up to about like 900k. That's really good for this future Gohan right here, right? I mean, that seems pretty good to me, right? So far, based on what I'm seeing. I do like what this future Gohan is doing. Now, he's under this 200% leader skill with the physical ultimate Gohan. He is on a couple of others, but I wanted to run him with ultimate Gohan specifically. So that we can get Tech Ultimate Gohan on the team as well, both of them under 200% leader skill, and we would be able to see them cook quite well. So that's kind of the point of running this. Against the Cell event, which is an Android event, this unit would be able to get part of his passive active, which we'll talk about when he's Super Saiyan. But in terms of transforming into Super Saiyan, he actually has the exact same transformation conditions. You transform when HP is 58% or more if there's a Trunks on the team, starting from the 4th turn from start of battle. Now, it's a Trunks like ally who has their name in that name. That sounded really weird, but I guess I'll read out specifically, whose name includes Trunks. So LR Vegeta and Trunks would count for this, right? But if we talk about other Trunkses in the game that could potentially activate this passive, again, we have the Tech Super Trunks, which this guy actually does help out, I feel. He fits under the actual 200% leader skill for that Super Trunks. He's an Android Cell Saga unit to allow him to get his full passive, right? I think that's pretty good. We have who else is here? We have Tech Dragon Ball Super Trunks, which is a fairly solid option, I think, for especially for EZA 2 War. I think he's fine, right? But I would say like this future Gohan looks a lot better to me. Alright, so we get the transformation here, man. It's been quite some time since I've seen this boy really come out to play, huh? That's crazy. So he does change some links. Unfortunately, he does lose Saiyan lineage, and that is very unfortunate. But he does lose Saiyan lineage, and then Saiyan Warrior race for Super Saiyan and Golden Warrior. So it becomes more closer to like a normal like Saiyan link set. Unfortunately, we would have probably preferred to keep Saiyan lineage just because of this guy, but it's fine. So now this guy has his 58% damage reduction just for free, but he loses the support, which I think is a little unfortunate. Now he gets Key 1 and 40% attack and defense per Bond and Master and Disciple category ally on the team. So technically his stats on his own should be higher, but he just loses that support. And honestly, I feel like they should have kept some way of him supporting, but it's fine. Now, even though we're not going to have the full rotation of Bond and Master and Disciple, units a lot of the time here, I do think that it's worth it to have the support on rotation still, and to have these links, which are, again, Cold Judgment and All in the Family. That gives him 50% defense, which is quite a bit of defense here. Now, again, we'll go ahead and just get these orbs here. So this future Gohan, he still gets the, now he gets 30 key and 158% attack and defense, and then he gets 58% defense when performing a super attack. The big difference between this guy and his base form is that he doesn't get defense on his super attack effects, which means that his defense technically is actually lower than what his base form's defense is. But if you're facing an Androids or Future Saga category enemy, he gets a guaranteed additional super attack, which is quite strong. So this guy could potentially get 3 super attacks on a normal turn. His super attack effect, he raises attack and then has a medium chance to crit. So with that medium chance to perform a crit, he can get up to a guaranteed crit if he's able to essentially get 4 supers, which is actually possible. because he does get another additional that has a high chance to become a super attack if there's a Trunks, future Trunks specifically attacking in the same turn, which, you know, I guess Xeno Trunks also counts as well, right? But which we are able to see, right? And a lot of different events. Maybe if we're on the Super Trunks team, that'd be a little bit easier to see. We're actually going to keep Vegeta and Trunks here, though, because I do want to float my support off to the other rotation. But yeah, I tried to really think of like Bond and Master and Disciple support units that are on this team. And, you know, there's not really many that you could run. You could, like, on this team specifically, I don't know, I'm not really seeing any, like, strong support units we could have used, which is a little unfortunate. Obviously, Hybrid Saiyans is not really in a great spot right now, so we're actually not really able to see the supporting abilities for a Bond Master Disciple category ally here, which that kind of does suck. Maybe if I ran the Kid Gohan's team himself, right? But then again, we want to get tackled with Gohan, and then it starts, you know, getting just more and more just like annoying to kind of figure out a team build, just because with how this guy's links are working. But again, we have the 17 support here this time, so his defense, oh yeah, his defense was lowered, huh? Dang, that sucks. Okay, I guess it is what it is. His defense was lowered last turn, so we're not able to see the full effects of how that would work with this Gohan here. But yeah, I feel like they should have let him keep the defense on a super attack effect, even if it was just a defense race one turn. They're probably just scared because this guy could like do a lot of these super attacks, but I would have honestly preferred if they got rid of the additional super that he gets when he's facing a when he has a Trunks rotation, and just give him defense raise for the turn. I think that would have been good. Based on what I'm seeing with his defense, like last turn he was at, what, 288k or so. He gets 58% on super attack. And again, that's considering the extra bottom Master Disciple ally. I mean, right here, he triple super. He could do quite a good amount of damage, right, considering the critical hits. Like, for sure. I like this guy a lot. We'll just grab these. It's fine. Let me... Actually, could I just auto-click the orbs? No, that doesn't really do what I want, but... No, actually, no, it's fine to actually do that. Do I want to kill here? Maybe we should just finish the boss off here, huh? Yeah, but well, I guess he's definitely finished off now. But what was I gonna say about Gohan again? I completely lost my train of thought. Okay. So yeah, again, if he has the 288k, then he gets the defense on super. What? That's 140k. So he's at about, what, 400-ish k defense, like, given we had the support. Oh, actually, we had the other bottom Master Disciple, right? But if we see him with the my support this time, we should see, like, this should be his number without debuffs, right? And we can see what he's going to do against the Cell. Hopefully the Cell actually super attacks him. So yeah, he's at 289k defense, right? You know, I will bring up the trusty calculator, right? 289,000 defense, and then it's 109, and then we get that 58% damage defense on a super attack. He's at 450k defense on this specific turn, and keep in mind that he does actually get 58% damage reduction. So like, you guys may think that, you know, you look at that number, 450k, and you're like, oh, that's not really, like, the greatest number ever. But 58% damage reduction is a really high number for damage reduction's sake. Like, if a boss is doing, like, let's say a boss does 1,000,000 damage on a super attack, obviously if he reduces 58% of that, the boss only would hit him for 420k, right? It's a big, like, jump down, right? So it's really, really good. And at that point, he would take double digits from that boss. And look right here, he's doing some pretty good damage, right? Now at this point, he has a 9.6, and he could also do another additional, and he just has the built-in crits too. Look at that, he's almost at a 10 mil tax. I mean, yeah, these are pretty strong offensive numbers considering he has the crit built in. And, you know, he could very easily do this a lot of these different turns. So this Cell, how hard does this Cell hit specifically? Let me actually try breathing. I want to see the damage number first before I like click off on my end. So 45k. How hard does this Sao actually hit, right? Because this Sao, he's not like he's a weak hitting boss. He does do some relatively strong damage overall, right? Now, he's not really matching up to like what are these newer red zone bosses are doing. But let's see, this Sao is hitting for, yeah, basically 1,000,000 damage right here. So he's taking 45k from that. And let's say we add, I mean, it's weird because you can't really say like, oh, you add, you know, the boss is doing 500k extra damage, then he's going to take 500k extra, you know, this damage and flat out, right? If we take a look here, I want to make sure I'm doing this right here. So if we do that, hold on, we're trying to, wait, let me check something. Okay, so I just want to do some math and my little trusty calculator real quick. But essentially, if this guy is doing, like, let's say a boss does 1.5 million damage, right, on a super attack instead, which I feel like it's a lot closer to what some of these bosses are doing. With this 58% damage reduction, he would make that damage that he would take go all the way down to just the boss hitting him for 630k. And then if we consider the fact that he has, let's say, around 400k defense, then that super attack, like, just flat out would do about, again, I mean, if we consider the class, like, if we're considering, like, class advantage and everything, or he's, like, type neutral, then that super attack specifically would technically hit him for about 230k. Now, again, depending on like variants and like, you know, if it's an extreme class boss, that'll do more damage, which could push it up to closer to like about 330k even. But the fact of the matter is this guy is pretty tanky and he's doing some pretty good damage, right? I think that's the important thing, to put it very simply, right? So upon usage, I actually do like this guy's EZA quite a bit. I think he seems very, very powerful. Again, you do want a Trunks on the team though. It's like his setup, like this setup is kind of funny, right? I would say it's definitely a funny setup, especially considering, you know, many people probably don't really like using Ultimate Gohan. Ouch, that did a lot of damage to us. Okay, we could actually see him tank again here, but yeah, again, his defense on this team setup seems to be quite consistent. But let me know what you guys think about this in future Gohan EZA. I think they overall did a good job for him. I really like him transformed. He's very consistent defensively, but if you're able to keep him untransformed and you're under that HP threshold of 58%, and, you know, he's supporting, he probably has just better defense once he super attacks. You know, honestly, I'm saying probably, but he does actually have better defense than pre-transformed, unless I feel like you have a full Bond Master in this type of category rotation. Then it's a little different, but let me know what y'all think again. I'm gonna end the video here. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.